What's up everyone, it's Julie here and I am so overdue in doing this video. I'm sorry, but anyway, I'm going to cover everything you need to know on how to get sponsored by a company, whether it's a supplement company, a clothing company, whatever brand you want to be sponsored by. I'm going to give you as many tips as I can and I hope that it helps you. And as always, if it does, make sure you like, comment, subscribe and smile. Okay, so before I get started, I just want to say that this is all my personal opinion from personal experience. It does not mean that you're guaranteed a spot with any company, but this is just what I've learned, and what I have to say doesn't specifically relate to EHPlabs, it's just in general for any company, whether it's supplements, clothing, or whatever other brand you want, as I mentioned earlier. So I'm going to start with the question of why. Why do you want to be sponsored? What do you expect to get out of a sponsorship? Do you want to get sponsored so you get free subs, free clothing? Do you want to be sponsored because you want the brand exposure that that company has to offer you? Maybe they have 1 million subscribers or followers and they're going to promote you. Or do you just want to be part of the team? Do you just want to be part of something bigger? So I think that's really important to kind of find out why you want to get sponsored. Do you think that it's kind of cool to be sponsored or what? Once you figure out that why, then you can kind of take the next few steps as to what you're going to do to get sponsored. But anyway, my reason for why when I first started out going to the gym was I wanted free subs. I was spending so much money on subs that I just needed some free ones, and so that's what I started doing. I started getting companies to send me free ones. But then it became about more than that. I didn't just want some free supplements. I wanted exposure, I wanted to be part of kind of an extended family, and I did find that with EHPlabs, which I'm really grateful for. Now I want to help you find out how to do that. I guess the main thing is you need to choose a brand that you know and you love and you trust. So for me, I started using OxyShred. I absolutely fell in love with it, and then my trust for that one product led me to try all the other products, and then that led me to want to be part of the company. I just knew the subs were really good. I saw EHPlabs at the New Zealand Fitness Expo and I wanted to be part of that. Pick a company that you really love, use all their subs, and then start promoting them online. Start posting photos of them on Instagram, on Facebook, tagging their company, because they notice that any big company that is online have a team of people looking out there for people hashtagging them. I mean, they want to know your feedback, they want to know how you're finding the products and things. So that is definitely a good way to get noticed by a company, and sometimes companies can be so nice that if they see you tagging them so many times, they'll send you a DM or a message and they'll say, hey, what's your address, we'll send you something, and they do that, and I've seen that happen. Anyway, so you've got your social media, but then obviously that may not be enough for a company to notice you, so then you've got to email them. I personally don't think that you should direct message a company. So many people are direct messaging companies or commenting on Instagram posts like, I want to be an athlete, or how do you get sponsored? Straight up, just send them an email. You can imagine that writing an email to a company to get sponsored is pretty similar to writing to a company to get a job. There's so many things that are really obvious, but I'm just going to list them anyway. Make sure you address it to the right company. There's no point addressing it to the wrong company and sending it to the one you want, because I know a lot of people bulk send out emails to employers as well as supplement companies and clothing companies and things. Make sure you've got the right company, make sure all your grammar's right, you've spelled the company name right, and then in your email, the top things I think that you need to do is 1, introduce yourself, 2, explain what you can do for the company and why they should have you on board. So, you know, you saying that you can promote a company to your 20 friends and family members doesn't really make sense on a business level to them. Because at the end of the day, all these companies you're applying to are companies, they're businesses. They need to see that you're going to benefit them monetarily on some form of level where you can share it with a lot of people so that they actually get a financial return from you. So that's where social media comes in. Okay, so when you're emailing the company, like I said, correct grammar, why you want to be with them more than just free subs. So it might be to do with their team. They might just have an amazing team that you want to be part of, which is totally fine. That's a legit reason. You might 100% agree with their morals and what they're posting online. That's really cool. And that for me was a big thing for EHPlabs. I love that they're always posting tips. I love that their team is just so engaged. It's like a massive family. High quality images. So in your email, include some very high quality photos of yourself, of you doing things outside at the gym, just kind of to give them an idea of who you are and what you do and the quality of images that they would get if they were to sponsor you. So those photos that you're posting are the kinds of photos that they'll be receiving from you for sponsoring you, which is really good because companies always want content, but they don't just want selfie iPhone photos. They want really good photos of you using their supplements. So if you've got their supplements already and you use and love them, get some high quality photos, post them online on your account, and then also email it to them too, because they're always happy to get additional content. Along with that, on your social media channels, do not have the competitors' brands. If you do send them a really good email and they're going to check your social media, if they see you promoting another brand, straight away they're probably not even going to take another second looking at your email. So I recommend just choosing one company and going for it. The other thing I think is really important these days to add to your email is all links to your social media channels. So your Instagram, your Twitter, your Facebook, your YouTube, whatever social media you have, and the amount of followers you have, and even the like rate. So if you have 1,000 followers but you get say 400 likes as opposed to someone with 10,000 followers that only gets 200 likes, you know, throw it in there. The more information the better. I guess that's how I see it in my eyes and in my opinion. Also, you could list the products that you use and love of theirs. So for me, Oxy Shred was my number one, so you would say why you use it, why you love it, and just express that that's what got you into the company. Obviously apply this to whatever brand you're looking at, but yeah, you can choose the supplement or the clothing item that you like the most. And what else did I say? Yeah, okay, so that's all on the email, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, just be you, introduce yourself, be honest, be genuine, let them know why they should want you. It's not all about why you want them, because like a lot of people want to get sponsored, a lot of people want free subs, but how can you benefit a company, which I think is the most important. Like if I was a business, you came to me and said you wanted to get sponsored, I kind of want to know what I'm going to get in return, which makes sense. So I hope that helps on the email side. Now time for the social media side and personal branding. I know a few of you will feel a little bit disheartened by me talking about social media following all the time, but of course there is more to it than that. I mean, you can have all the followers you want in the world, but if your personal brand isn't good, it's not going to help anyone. The main thing about this is make sure what you're putting out onto the internet is a true representation of you, and it shows that you would represent a company well. If you're on the internet swearing at followers and you're putting out a lot of hate and bad vibes onto the online world, then what company is going to be attracted to that? So I think it's really important to make sure you're posting quality content, you're posting things that are going to help and add value to others, whether it's supplement advice, it's training advice, or advice on choosing what gym gear to wear, and you know, just things that people are out there looking for, and then respond to their comments when they comment on your post. You'll notice on all my Instagrams, I always reply. It might take me a few days to get through some old posts and things, but I always make an effort to reply and have a conversation with everyone, and that's just who I am. If that's not who you are, then maybe the social media world isn't really your thing, but I think it's worth a shot. If you are passionate about something, then you'll make time for it, and I really love getting to talk to everyone, which is why I always try and reply, and I think companies really appreciate that. For example, if a company pays you to post a photo on your Instagram and then everyone's asking you questions about it but you never reply, that doesn't really add value to their company. So I think that's something to keep in mind. It's not all about your social media, but it is about your personal branding, and then your personal branding is mainly done online these days. So I hope that helps. I hope it's not too confusing. As always, if you have questions, just post them in the comments below and I will try and answer as soon as possible. And I'm trying to think of everything else to do with sponsorship, but I get so many messages every day on Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube. How do you get sponsored? What do you have to do? And honestly, it just comes down to hard work, being passionate, getting noticed. Go out there and do your thing. Go to the gym because you love it. Do what you love. Be passionate about it. And then if you find a brand that you really want to pair up with, start using their products. Start posting about them. Comment on their Instagram. Do everything you can to get their attention. Send them an email with everything, including your social media channels, all about yourself, your like rates, your comment rates, your followers on your social media platforms, why you want to be with them, why they should want you to be with them. There is no magic formula to getting sponsored. These days, a lot of it does come down to your social media, and everyone's always asking me, and sometimes it is about who you know. If you go to a fitness expo and you happen to meet the CEO of a company and they really like you, that's your foot in the door. There's some crazy stories, like some people start out with, you know, a few thousand followers, and a company will sponsor them because they see the potential in them. So you don't have to have all these followers to start with, but what you have to have is passion, hard work. You don't have, like, don't give up because you've been trying for a couple of months and nothing's happening. You just have to persevere, keep sticking at it. If a company replies to you and says that they're not interested, well, that's okay, you know, like, they're not interested right now, but maybe in a year's time they'll be kicking themselves for not taking you when everyone else is after you. I've had friends that have, you know, received a sponsorship when they have a couple of thousand followers, and everyone's like, oh, how'd they get sponsored? And then within the next year or two, they've just boomed and shot up. People these days are getting YouTube subscribers, you know, like 60,000 in a few months. Just shoots up and they get sponsored by Gymshark, EHPlabs, you know, all these other brands, and it's amazing, so good on them. It might not happen that quickly for you. It's definitely not happening that quickly for me, but I'm not giving up anytime soon, and I think that anyone that's passionate about this lifestyle won't give up either. Keep working hard, keep smiling, keep doing your thing, and if you do have any questions, just comment below. I've probably forgotten a whole lot of tips for you. I think that's everything I had to say. It was kind of just that I don't want you to get disheartened if a company says no to you at the start, because it doesn't mean no forever. It just might mean no, not right now. So yeah, keep at it. And as always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and smile.